right. Um, Hopefully we'll have some more join us. If not, that's okay. We're going to go through and try to get some more information. My name is Nicole Senn, and I have been with Cornerstone since April of 2024. Um, I love being a travel agent. I've always loved traveled a lot. I'm a full-time teacher. So this is kind of my side job, but I enjoy it very much, and I enjoy helping people plan their vacations. Um, as we get started, I want to let you know that this session is new agent onboarding, just to mentor you and giving you information to help you be successful, learn your back office and what each section is for and what you can use those sections for. Um, we will do questions at the end. So if you have any as we go, just jot them down and I will do my best to answer all your questions. Hopefully, if you join me this morning, you have already completed your Getting Started guide. That should be where you start first and finish there first before you start jumping in. It's it's not a hard job. It's just a lot of information. So you just want to be sure that you become knowledgeable in each thing and do it at your own pace. That's what's great about this company is there isn't a criteria you've got to meet. You don't have to meet, a quota or anything like that. You can choose how much time you spend, how little time you spend. Um, so that's one thing I love about this company is that you don't have to have certain requirements to stay active as an agent. Um, so as we get started, your first um, where we're going to go is we're going to go to Travel with Cornerstone or your back office, and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to kind of just go through each topic. Now, like I said before, some of you had just joined. Um, just jot down any questions that you may have, and we will do those towards the end of this session. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. Let me see, did it share? Okay, there we go. All right, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can see my shared screen. Okay, good. Okay, thanks, Kim. I wanted to make sure you could see it. Um, I'm still fairly new at this particular mentor, so I wanted to make sure that you could see everything. All right, so travel with Cornerstone, this is your back office. Okay, this is one of your most important besides what you post on your social media or however you put out your information. Let me check the chat. Okay. All right. So first, your web, you'll go here, travelwithcornerstone.com. Okay. Um, on your home button, this is what you will see on your home button. You know, this is Cornerstone information, our satisfaction guaranteed to you and our customers, your clients. Okay. Press. All right, this is where you'll find news articles, interviews with Amy, our owner of Cornerstone. Um, this is something very good to always check when you're doing this for your clients. When you're booking a vacation, checking the weather on where they're going to be going. You could give them some insightful information. Um, Here's your travel blog. And another thing I do besides the weather information is, checking any travel advisories. Um, that's always good to know for your clients before they start going on their vacation. All right, your contacts. This is where visitors will inquire about a vacation or inquire about a quote. So Cornerstone has these coming in, and sometimes those get sent out to you as agents. One of my favorites is this FAQ, what you need to know. Lots of information provided to you here. Um, as you can see, we've got what language tours are offered in, um, last minute bookings, travel insurance. This is a big deal, travel insurance. We have two companies that you can provide travel insurance to your clients. And there are trainings on those. What kind of travel do you book? These are things that you can already have front loaded on your end as an agent to help answer the questions for your clients. What happens if there's an emergency? Here's a guy to tell you if your clients are on a trip and then there's an emergency, this will help you get them in the right direction. Refund policies, are payment transactions secure? Um, as far as working with Cornerstone, all transactions are secure. And there is training on how you can do your credit card authorizations and everything to make sure that that is secure as well. Fees as an agent, we have a $30 a month fee, which is amazing. That is one of the low that well, I think it is the lowest I've seen of any travel agency company. Um, what is the difference with using an agent versus booking for myself? This is one of the main questions quite a bit. Um, I book my own travel through my suppliers, and I do that because it's like you're getting paid to go on your own vacation. Some people want to be able to, get those deals and discounts. Um, and there's ways to do that through different suppliers, but I like just booking it as a client, and 3 months down the road, I'm getting back money. So that's that's totally up to you how you want to book your own travel. If you have people that want to start inquiring about being a travel agent, here is all the information on what you can provide to someone if they wanted to become an agent or just get information about being an agent. I have people that have signed up under me, and this is kind of where my guidelines came from, to share with them what the company was about, how it works, your program fees. This is what I love right here, because this company is not an MLM, which means is you don't have a certain criteria you have to meet to stay active as an agent. You don't have to have $1,000 in booking, or 15 people under you. This can be a full-time job for you. This could be a side job for you. And there's no limitation to it. So that is one of the things I love about this company. You can truly do it at your own pace and grow as big as you want to, and you have nothing that you have to meet. Um, Up here on Join Our Company, this gives you information on how to start your new journey. Um, and like right here, it says no experience, no problem. You don't have to know anything about travel to become a travel agent. And one thing about this company is there are tons of resources. There are tons of mentor sessions like this one today. There are booking Q&As. There are, what's the other one? Booking Q&A and group Q&A. Those are held every single week. So is new agent onboarding. So just because you watch this one today, like Patricia's on here and she has watched several, you can jump on any of them at any time. It just gives you more information and helps to make you more knowledgeable. And sometimes people ask questions that you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. So jump on and educate yourself as much as possible. Um, Here's your getting started guide, which all of you should have completed. You should have completed the getting started with Cornerstone. Okay. So let's go back up to the top. Let's go over here to agent access. This is where you can access information for you as an agent as long as you are an active agent, which means that you have paid your membership with Cornerstone and your membership. That's the only requirement to stay active is that monthly membership fee. That's it. That's the only requirement. So in order to be able to gain access as an agent, you have to be active, which just means that you're paying your $30 a month for your back office and the platforms that we use. Let's see. The blog is a good spot for questions and getting information. Let's click there. Right here. This one's good. 5 free marketing tips every travel agent should know. I love that Amy gives us so much information to help us be successful, down to the simple, basic information and up to more detailed information with different suppliers, with trip planning, with providing insurance, providing peace of mind to your clients. Um, as you know, or maybe you don't know, our home office is in Galveston, Texas. It actually is a home office. And there is a cruise port there in Galveston. Let's see, in July, because I live in South Alabama. So in July, I was the first time I went out of Galveston for a cruise. We went a few days early, enjoyed time in Galveston, and it was a wonderful vacation. We love the Galveston area. So the port is easy to find, easy to get to, easily accessible. Some ports are a little bit more complicated, but definitely check out Galveston if you have clients that live in that area or clients don't mind flying to a port. But so there's our home office, and we love Galveston. Oh, this is something you should read as an agent. We are now currently in hurricane season. Um, I personally do not travel during hurricane season, but a lot of people do because of the rates drop during hurricane season. So this information is good to know. Writing out the storm, hurricane awareness when traveling to the Gulf Coast locations. Um, when I would say checking weather. And before we went on our cruise, I checked the weather. I got it on a website where I could check currents. If the wave height, was the waves going to be strong? Was it going to be smooth sailing? And that's just something I started doing for my peace of mind. And I'm like, you know what? I should be doing this for my clients as well. I should be checking, you know, you might expect some rough currents. You might expect some waves, so that's just another peace of mind you can add to your clients. They know you're checking those things for them in advance. How to create a travel plan for your next adventure. And as you see, you can make comments here. You can ask questions here. A beginner's guide for stress-free travel planning. Say that real fast. So just don't forget this blog area because Amy has a lot of good information here. And I know she updates it pretty frequently. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied this morning. The shop area is something new. Well, I say new. I think it's been there, but now we have gear in here. And even if you may not want to order, this, it may give you some ideas if you wanted to print some t-shirts or some coffee mugs but I'm loving the stuff she has loaded here for us. All right. So next I want to go to my account, which would be your account. You see, I'm already signed in up here. So I'm going to click the button and I'm going to go to my account and I want to show you what this looks like. All right, so when you click on my account, and remember, you can only access this if you are an active agent. Active just means you're paying that $30 a month membership fee. Under my account, this will show you your account information, your profile image. Be sure that your name is correct. You have the image in there that you would like to have. Um, Login information, changing your password. This is where you could put all of this information. Sorry, I got to move this little. There we go. Um, I thought, let's see. Okay. My subscriptions. This is where it will show your subscription plans, your monthly fee. It was showing here a while ago. I don't know why it's not showing for you on this end now. Okay. Notifications. As you see, notifications are usually, the ones I get are usually from the program section right here, my programs. All right, so it shows, yeah, I'm sorry, my computer is being really slow. I think it's about time to get another one because it's not pulling up what I want to show you. Let me go to my groups. All right, so groups and programs. I am in the Wave Makers program. It would show in these areas, and that's where you can keep track of that. The Wave Makers program, and she just started a new academy. Those are not mandatory. And if you're just starting out, I wouldn't want you to get overwhelmed. The Wave Makers program is very in depth, gives you a lot of information with different suppliers. And it does have requirements that you have to fulfill to be able to complete that program. But those are options for you. And this is where it would show what groups you're in, what programs you're a part of, and you'd be able to track them that way. All right, now I want to go back up here to, let me see if it'll show my subscriptions. I don't know why it's not doing today like it did a while ago for me. Okay. In your settings area, you can also go in there and, like I just showed you, your name. You could change your name if the name's not correct, spelling, your address, change your password to get into your account. Trying to make sure I get everything covered for you guys today. Corporate emails. Okay, that is very important. Under agent access. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not pulling up for me like it was earlier today. Let's go to the home page. What I do with the corporate emails is screenshot it on your phone so you always have it. Those will be emails that you will use quite a bit for corporate payroll, different kinds of trainings that are offered. Each email describes to you who you would contact and what that contact email is. I also keep it in a Google Drive document. That's one thing that I did in the very beginning was, which you can do it on a Word document, PowerPoint, however, whatever you like using. I just prefer Google's Doc. So I created a Google Doc and I put all my information. So I put my personal account information, the Cornerstone information, the CLIA number, and every time I sign up with the supplier, I'll put my login and password to the supplier. I put, as soon as I know the supplier's BDM, I'll put their name there. That way I know who my contact person is for that supplier. and just kind of build a running document of suppliers, numbers, and information and emails that you may need. And then that way, even if I'm not at home on my computer, I can still pull up my Google Drive on my phone and say, okay, this is the email I need to use because I need to contact so and so about this problem. Let's see. Um, Making sure we're going through everything. You do have a personalized website option. You would contact corporate. It takes them 2 to 3 weeks to get that built. Um, with the company growing so large, just show some grace. We have grown so much in the last year that it's just crazy. So uh, that is an option. I have one, but I actually do not use it very much. I mainly just use social media to put my self out there, and that's where I get most of my bookings from. Um, Join our Facebook group. That is a very good source of information. Lots of questions added, lots of information posted on there from corporate. Um, let's see. I'm just trying to go through all our information, and then I'm going to get to the questions. Um, Registering for suppliers. Okay, I've actually saw this question today. Um, like I said, make a running document of your supplier when you sign up. We do have those that we call our preferred suppliers, which means you can just click in that section and get signed up with them, and then that supplier will send you an email. There are others that we say that are, what's the word I'm looking for? That you have to do a self-registration. If you have not done that and you're prompted to do that, I would ask someone at Cornerstone just to guide you through that to make sure you put in the correct information. It has happened that the agent that wanted to sign up with one of the suppliers that was not a preferred put in their personal information, in which you do, but there's certain areas for that. You got to remember when you sign up for it with a supplier, you are signing up as an agent with Cornerstone. Cornerstone is the one that is signed up with these suppliers for us to be able to access as agents. So you want to make sure that you enter that information correctly when signing up with suppliers. And if you have questions, stop and ask before you put in anything incorrect, because then it's a long process for corporate to go to that supplier, access what the issue was, and fix it. So just keep that in mind. A lot of our preferred suppliers are your cruise lines, your all in what I call kind of like your all in one that gives you flights, hotels, car rentals, price agencies, Expedia, Vax, Pleasant Holidays. We have so many to choose from. Um, there is a training on your test. Test is where you log your agent information and your trips. Okay, so this is your main information platform, Travel with Cornerstone. Test is your personal back office, which is where you will log your trips, you will log your clients, you will log your commission, um, and you can track your commission. You can see when your next check is. But there is a whole training on Test. And if you haven't done that yet and you've gotten through the getting started, just familiarize yourself with Test. Get in there and just click on different buttons. See where information goes, what this box leads you to. That's the best way to learn it, is just to get in there and just kind of click and play around with it. Let's see. Like I said, we have several training programs. The first one you should be doing or have completed is the travel agent certification, Wave Makers, and then Amy has provided us with that social media marketing. One thing is there's also a section on our Facebook group that gives you already like made up uh, information and things that you can share on your personal pages, which is really great. Sometimes I create my own, but then sometimes I just need something quick that I can put out there so I can get it from the files on our Facebook page. Um, we're almost getting to the end. I want to make sure I've covered everything. Um, we do have events and seminars for our agents, which is something that's just become more and more here lately. The more agents we get, we have travel trade shows. Our convention is in November. Um, I believe it's already sold out and all the rooms are already blocked. So, but there are other webinars and sessions that corporate has started providing in different cities and different states. So that's something that's open for you as well. Um, just remember on commission, I want to talk about commission for just a little bit. This will also come from your test training. Um, the best way I keep track of my commission is if I have a client, well, I just had a client that just come back from their trip from Europe in July. So on my little calendar, I just jot down 3 months out, expect commission from this trip in July. Um, Sometimes it gets paid earlier than that, but it goes through a process. It's not just Cornerstone sending you money. They have to get it from the supplier, clear it through everything on their end, and then send it out to us. So it can take 60 to 90 days. Um, but if there's ever an issue, your corporate email tells you who to contact to ask questions about your commission. Um, does anybody have any questions? I know I went through kind of quickly. Um, does anyone want to unmute and share some information or ask questions? I'm going to stop sharing for the moment. Okay. All right. Any questions? How many of you have completed your getting started in agent certification? Have all of you completed that? Okay. And like I said, if there's an area that you're not sure about, just get in there and click, look around, read around. Um, Cornerstone is so very good about posting information on a regular basis, and uh, ways that you can promote yourself as an agent. Cornerstone truly does want to help you be successful in this adventure of travel. You still need to do your one-on-one. You've been busy. Look, I get it. Um, I'm a teacher, so I started last week. Teacher started last week, and so aside from being a mentor with the company and an agent, I've been trying to get a new classroom set up, working on lesson plans and activities and books. But that's one thing I like about this is that if I need to be slow for the next month or two, I can do that. I need to focus on, being a teacher and then my travel stuff. So that's completely okay. When you're ready, you can schedule your one-on-one and that won't be a problem at all. That's the great thing. You can work at your own pace. And the one-on-ones are great. I love doing the one-on-one mentorship sessions. And that's kind of just like an open monologue. Like you get to ask questions and the agent, just guides you and tries to give you the best information to lead you to be successful. Um, so those one-on-ones are great. If you haven't done yours yet and you've completed your certification, um, your one-on-one would be next. And those are very helpful. Any any questions? Y'all are quiet this morning. I hope I provided you with a lot of information and helped you become more familiar with the back office and travel with Cornerstone. Like I said, that blog area is a very good area to keep track of information and just help you remember things that maybe, oh, I need to do that. I can start doing that. Just like the weather blog, making yourself a note to keep clients updated on the weather and um, travel advisories and things like that. All right, guys, y'all are so quiet. Well, if there are no other questions, um, I'll wait just another minute and see. Is there something that you wanted more information on that I touched on, or something I didn't cover with the back office that you want to know more about? Okay, well, I just encourage you to jump on those booking Q&As and the group Q&As, new agent onboardings. There's several mentors that are with the company, so it'll be different people each time. So each one would have different information to provide you. I hope I've been some help this morning. If there are no questions, then guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. And if you have any questions, Cornerstone is here to help you. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. You are very welcome. Y'all have a great weekend.